He's planning to use refrigerated shipping containers to store bodies that need to be autopsied. These are the containers that are already set up by the county. WRAL's Keenan Willard shows us why they're necessary.
For decades, Wake County has stored bodies waiting on an autopsy here at the office of the chief medical examiner. But the county says they've been asked to take them elsewhere, and it comes as the number of bodies needing an autopsy is on the rise.
2 refrigerated shipping containers, each able to hold up to 50 bodies if need be. This is Wake County's response after a shakeup to a long-running deal with the state.
They notified us last year that they had capacity issues and they needed us to fulfill our responsibilities under state statute.
State law requires counties to store the bodies of their residents that need an autopsy. The county says for at least 25 years, they had an informal deal with the Office of the Chief Medical Examiner. The OCME would store Wake County's bodies awaiting autopsy at its Raleigh office. But county leaders say they were told last year to find another place to store these bodies, and they understand why.
Well, over time, the population has increased. Even today, this past year, Wake County is still growing by 57 people a day.
The deputy emergency manager says Wake County has seen a 7% increase in deaths year over year. With opioid overdose deaths also tripling since 2020, the county's seeing significantly more bodies that need to be autopsied. The answer? These shipping containers, which will come online in July.
Especially since COVID emerged, a lot of jurisdictions across the country had to put systems like this in place, and we just copied what some of those jurisdictions had in place and followed our COVID plan for mass casualty.
The county's proposed budget sets aside $2.4 million to run the containers, which are expected to last 5 years until a potential permanent facility can be found.
We don't have any specifics on what the permanent solution is. We're going to do a study here in the fall that looks at the permanent solution and what is best for Wake County.
Keenan Willard, WRAL News.
We reached out to the medical examiner's office for a response to the situation and to ask if they're providing any resources to the county. They sent us this statement saying, in part, the medical examiner system across all of North Carolina has seen a dramatic increase in caseload over the last several years. OCME has been working for more than a year with Wake County to support their need to develop Wake County decedent storage as established by statute.